Hi, I'm Sarene Marshall, the Managing Director for the Nature Conservancy's Climate Change Program, and I'm here in Cancun at the UN negotiations on climate change. I attended a really interesting meeting by representatives of indigenous communities from Kenya and Indonesia and Nicaragua, where they talked about the important relationship between indigenous and local communities and forests and climate change. And a man from Kenya said, indigenous peoples are among the most impacted by climate change, but they also can be a really important part of the solution to climate change, especially when it comes to managing and protecting forests and the carbon that they store. This highlights a really important point in the negotiations here, and that is how to ensure that the rights of indigenous and local communities are respected when it comes to proposals like reducing emissions from deforestation. The Nature Conservancy has long worked with indigenous peoples in places like Brazil, where they represent a large percentage of the landowners in the Amazon, and in fact they have long maintained those lands very effectively. In fact, when I flew over the Amazon last year, you can see the stark difference between the very intact indigenous lands and the ranching and other activities to the outside. It's like a sea of green to one side and quite a bit of degradation to the other. We've been working with indigenous communities in Brazil to help them map their territories and identify the resources that are really important to them and the activities that can help sustain those forests for the next generations, just as the ancestors before have sustained them for them.